It is little known that in August 1931, Chaplin's masterpiece City Lights was adapted as a kabuki piece entitled Komori no Yassan. It was just 6 months after its world premiere and 3 years before it opened in Japan. When he visited Japan for the first time in 1932, 40,000 people came to see Chaplin at the Tokyo station. So he was so popular, and everybody was waiting City Lights to be screened. But Japan was in depression in those days, and they couldn't afford to pay the fee for the screening. So Japanese people had to wait until 1934. But as we had no sense of copyrights in those days in Japan, people wanted to see City Lights. So many novels or many plays were written or performed to introduce City Lights' story, and Kabuki City Lights was one of them. Komori no Yasan means Mr. Yasu with the tattoo of a bat on his cheek. Komori no Yasan is the very famous Trump character in another traditional Kabuki play. So the writer Kimura Kinka quoted another a traditional Kabuki character to his City Lights adaptation. This illustrates how Chaplin was popular among Japanese people and how Kabuki was flexible. Mm-hmm. The writer Kimura Kinka moved the setting of City Lights to Edo Ryogoku, now a part of Tokyo. The opening scene from City Lights was changed to unveiling the Buddha statue, and a famous boxing scene to a small wrestling scene. So I think Kimura Kinka enjoyed adapting City Lights to Japanese culture. Mm-hmm. The Trump character in City Lights Kabuki in 1931 was kind of a mixture of Chaplin's Trump and the traditional Trump character in Kabuki. The Trump character was played by Mr. Morita Kanya XIII, who's kind of matinee idol, a very good-looking actor, who's been always acting as a protagonist. And he was not supposed to do the Trump character. Because Kabuki is full of symbolism, Morita Kanya XIII should play the very good-looking protagonist. So taking part of the Trump is not the obvious selection for him. Morita Kanya wanted to capture the dual nature of Gentleman Trump with his own persona as an actor and with the Trump character. Charlie Chaplin himself visited Japan 4 times, and he was fond of Japanese culture. He devoured 30 shrimp temperas in one sitting, and the newspaper in those days nicknamed him as Tempura Man. And he was very fond of Kabuki theater, and he went to see Kabuki more than 10 times. He met with the Kabuki actor Matsumoto Koshiro the 7th, and he asked him, how long does it take to be a good actor? And Matsumoto Koshiro the 7th replied to Chaplin, it takes decades to be a good Kabuki actor. And Chaplin was very impressed with the word, and he added, it should be so. His great-grandson, Matsumoto Koshiro the 10th, is now playing a part of Chaplin. but I think it's kind of a miracle. Japanese people have loved Chaplin for a long time, very much. Likewise, Charlie Chaplin loved Japanese culture and Japanese people. So it's amazing to revive City Lights Kabuki now. So what an encounter. It's a miracle. So I'm very proud. We're very proud